I always tell everybody that I prefer talking to the vice presidential candidates because I find the vice presidential position very interesting. It seems to me like a female position. What do you think is the reason for that? And do you also consider it a female position or not?
No, I do not consider it a female position.
Other than being the chairperson of the SU week,
Yeah.
I think every other thing is like an advisory role to the president. Do you think that's true? Is it fair to say that?
No, it's not fair to say that it is, and it is not true. One thing that we do in UI is year after year, every election, all candidates are mandated to present their manifesto. So beyond what the Constitution delegates to us, the vice president and other candidates in other positions are mandated to present their manifesto, and this contains the things that they intend to do for UI students.
Why did you choose to go for the VP role and not the president? Welcome back to UI's Decide. This time I have with me a vice presidential candidate. Her name is OLABISI OWADAYO. Welcome to the studio, OLABISI.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I will let you introduce yourself because I don't want to do that for you. So maybe you should go ahead.
All right. So once again, thank you so much for having me. And my name is OLABISI OWADAYO. I'm a fourth-year student of Faculty of Law, University of Ibadan, and an aspirant for UISU Vice President.
I always tell everybody that I prefer talking to the vice presidential candidates because I find the vice presidential position very interesting.
Okay.
And one is because it seems to me like a female position, even though it's not constitutionally provided that it's a female position. But it's for some reason, only females have been going for that position since like inception of the union. So what do you think is the reason for that? And do you also consider it a female position or not?
All right. So to answer the final question that you asked, because from everything you said, I can deduce three things. But to answer the first one, no, I do not consider it a female position.
Okay.
And why do females seem to always go for it? Over the years, we've seen that females mostly go for vice presidency, but this is not to say that we've not seen females go for presidency.
Yeah.
I can say for a fact that in the history of the union that I am aware of, in my stay in UI, I've seen a female go for presidency. And in the history of the union that I've personally done my research on, I've seen females go for presidency quite a number of times. So the VP position is not a female position.
But no male has ever gone for the VP position?
Well, I would say that as a matter of choice.
Okay. Another thing I will ask is that the VP position, I read in the Constitution, and after reading, I feel like it's safe for me to say that other than being the chairperson of the SU week,
Yeah.
I think every other thing is like an advisory role to the president. Do you think that's true? Is it fair to say that it's an advisory role to the president?
No, it's not fair to say that it is, and it is not true. Because according to the Union Constitution, the vice president has 5 roles.
Okay.
Like you rightly said, he or she, the vice president, is the chairperson of the Union Week. But the Constitution also provides that the vice president will be the chairperson of academic committee for UI students.
Okay.
And the other 3 roles are, something like that, to assist or advise the president in the execution of his duties, to perform all duties as delegated to the vice president by the president, and also to automatically become the president in the absence of him or you get. Yeah. But beyond the constitutional duties, one thing that we do in UI is year after year, every election, all candidates are mandated to present their manifesto. So beyond what the Constitution delegates to us, or beyond what the Constitution gives us, the vice president and other candidates in other positions are mandated to present their manifesto, and this contains the things that they intend to do for UI students. So beyond the 5 things that I mentioned that the vice president has to do, she also has the responsibility to perform to UI students what she promises them, or what he promises them, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Why did you choose to go for the VP role and not the president?
Okay.
Because like you rightly said, females go for the presidential position as well. So why did you choose the VP role instead of the presidential?
All right. So to answer that question, I would say 1, it's choice.
Okay.
And 2, I looked at my plans, what I have to offer UI students, and also I knew for sure that it's very compulsory or very important for me to look at the Constitution, look at what the Constitution provides, the power that the Constitution provides, the confines of the power that the Constitution provides. And I had to pick a position that best suits what I have to offer UI students.
And that position is the vice
president.
president.
Yes.
So can we listen to those plans?
All right.
That you
So
are talking about?
personally, I would have said, you know what, they're very beautiful plans. I'm definitely here to serve you as students and to give you my best, to give you my all. And I would have personally said, manifesto night is on Friday, so wait till then. But I'll give you a snippet.
Okay, that's good.
So, like I mentioned earlier, my passion is to serve. That is what I love. That is what I'm passionate about. That is the driving force. That is why I have decided to take up this responsibility. And my manifesto plan is centered around service, is centered around every aspect of life that affects you as students and the challenges we face and these possible solutions to these challenges. So it's centered around our general welfare, our academics, our career development, skill development, and entertainment.
Is welfare not quite our sake?
Well, it is.
Okay.
It is. Constitutionally, it falls under that.
Our sake. But you can still do that as well.
Yes.
Okay. So if you hypothetically get into a situation where you disagree with the president,
yes,
how do you intend to manage that? Or how would you take such situation?
All right. So as a person, I am very big on communication.
Okay.
I believe that all the conflicts that we probably had or conflicting interests that we probably have in life is a result of lack of communication or proper communication. So if in a situation, in a case, I happen to have a conflicting interest with the president, I strongly believe that the proper way to handle that or the best way to handle that is to communicate the grievances to him.
And when you communicate that and he does not seem to see from your lens, that happens. When he also has his plan, you also have your plan, especially given that we know this is not a party kind of situation. So would you take a backseat in such a situation?
As a person, so I happen to be someone that have a lot of respect and honor. So in a situation where I have to work on that person, I have quite a tendency to respect him. I respect his decision. And I believe that whoever the president would be, somebody that is wise and would have his reason for whatever decision that he has decided to make. So in that kind of situation, I would see things from my perspective and try to explain things to him through my own perspective and see things from his perspective and try to understand his perspective and hopefully try to see a way we can find a middle ground that can work for both of us.
Okay. Can we be confident that you are going to serve us when academic pressure increases? I think you are going to 500 level.
Yes,
right?
I'm going to my final year.
Are you going to, how can we be so sure that you are not going to leave us and focus on your studies?
Like I said earlier, well, to answer the question first, yes, you can be confident that I will not abandon my post of duty. That I assure all you whites. And my track record proves this. This is not my first time running for a position as demanding, or this is not my first time running for a position that is demanding. Mm-hmm. I currently serve as the president of my faculty literary and debating society, which have led to the finals of JOWO successfully. Last session, I was the vice president of the largest student organization on campus, TLDSUI, and the chairperson of JOWO planning committee. These positions and many others that I've served in are quite demanding, although they are nothing compared to the one that I'm about to embark on, because this one is much more demanding. But I have a track record of giving the things that I decide to opt into my best. And I can assure you that I will do the same for this.
Okay, before we go, there's a question I used to ask everybody that comes here. I'm always going to ask, so I'm going to ask you too. And that's the question of, have you faced leadership challenges in the past? And what were the leadership challenges you faced? Just a few, of course. And how were you able to solve them?
All right. So thank you very much. It's a very smart question because I don't think any leader who has truly served has not faced challenges.
Exactly.
Everyone has. And I have also had my fair share of challenges, but I'll share just one.
Okay. And
that would be the problem of the people you are leading not buying into your vision or not giving your vision the best as you have hoped they would. That is, let's say you as a leader, you're giving it 100 and leadership is not exactly about you doing the work yourself. It's about your ability to share your vision with a people and lead them in the path of that vision. So when your people are not following that path, it can be quite challenging because the workload can be a lot for you to handle alone. So I've had to deal with something like that. And how I handled it is to patiently, leadership would require you to be very patient because some people can be slow to catch up. Some people can be, I don't know, they probably just do not understand the vision. So you have to patiently explain the goal to them and let the people that you are leading know that this is where we are, this is the vision, and this is where we want to, this is where we are aiming at. This is the path that we have decided to take. Patiently explain everything to them and watch them follow you.
Interesting. So that was how you solved that, which is by being patient.
By patiently explaining,
Inter-
telling them the vision.
Interesting. I would like you to speak to Uites directly.
Okay.
So you are going to look at Uites and you are going to explain to them why you are more qualified than your opponent and
Okay.
why they should vote you on Saturday.
All right. So greatest UIs. In 5 days from now, we would have the opportunity to determine the future of our union. And I have presented myself to you as a candidate for the position of vice president. And like I always tell everyone that has had a personal relationship or conversation with me, there are four major things that make me stand out for this position. The first is capacity, experience, and track record. Over my 4 years on campus, I have proven myself to be a person that has the capacity to lead the people, and I also have the experience. Like I rightly said here, I currently serve as the president of my faculty L&D. I am the chairperson of TLDS External Competitions Committee. My committee is in charge of representing UI outside, and we have consistently brought glory to UI. Last session, I was the vice president of the largest student organization on campus, the chairperson of Job Planning Committee, chairperson of Ibadan Literary Festival Committee, and the just concluded Union Week, I was the chairperson of Personality Lecture. I mentioned all this to explain or sell myself to you that in terms of leadership and in terms of track record, I have it. I have consistently over the 4 years served in various capacities and I have that track record. Two, I have the passion for what I do. I'm not just a leader who does things for the sake of doing them, but I do them because I am passionate about your welfareism. I am passionate about welfareism and I'm passionate about service. I'm passionate about serving you. So I present myself to you as a leader that is passionate about what she is doing and is passionate about your welfareism. And finally, I present myself to you as a leader that has the plan. My vision, the light agenda, is to illuminate the path from where we are to where we can be as individuals and as a student community, as a union. And I am here, all my plans are tailored towards serving UI students. So greatest UIs, in 5 days, let us make the best decision for our union and vote OLABISI for VP. Thank you.
All right, so you have heard Uites and we are heading to the elections on Saturday. I'm also going to be voting and I want you guys to make the right decision and vote for the right candidate. You've heard from both sides. I want you to choose the best candidate for the progress of the union, as I will also do on Saturday. Thank you very much.